Hello everybody, this is Dr. Cliff, and I've got a quick video here illustrating a pivot table. Pivot table is one of those very useful Excel features that we will use in almost every class that we have here related to supply chain management. So let's get started. See, we've got a table to begin with here. It looks like we've got some product information, an ID, product ID, an order date and a delivery date, quantity that was ordered, everything is US, and then some different suppliers and the amount that each of these orders consisted of, amount of dollars. So when we look at this, we can see that there are several different suppliers, and it looks like the dates go anywhere from 2013 to 2017. So what we might want to do, a very common task that we might want to do, is to summarize this data and see, well, which suppliers were sending the most product in terms of dollars and during which years. So pivot table is going to do that for us. If we weren't using a pivot table, what we would do is sort this by supplier and then maybe do a subtotal, and that would get you to the same information, but you're going to see a pivot table is just a really quick way to summarize data. So all I need to do is just click anywhere in the data. So I got to make sure that I'm somewhere in any of this data, and then I'm going to go up here to insert, and I'm going to insert a pivot table. And Excel selects all the data and then says, do you want to put it on a new worksheet or you want to put it on an existing worksheet? And for today, I'm going to put this on an existing worksheet, and I'm going to just put it right here. And as soon as we do that, Excel kind of sets up the framework for our pivot table and shows us all of our column headings. You'll notice over here where it says pivot table fields, it's just the same thing as these column headings were. So Excel's asking us, how do you want this thing to summarize? So one thing I want to do is I want to summarize by supplier. So I'm going to put suppliers on rows, and we see right quick, we can tell there were only 4 suppliers actually here. That wasn't necessarily so obvious when we were looking at the table. And then I want to summarize by delivery date. And Excel's pretty smart. It sees we had all these delivery dates over here, but it groups or subtotals delivery dates. And the first thing it does is sets it up by year. If we expand the year, we would see that it set it up by quarter, but I just want to look at it for a year. I sort of like that grouping. And what it is that I want Excel to group is actually the amount. I'm going to change this to number format, and I'll set it at currency, and I don't necessarily want any decimal places. So Excel real quick was able to tell me that for each of these companies and for each year, how many dollars did we spend with each one. And if we come over here to grand total, we might want to sort this. It's almost sorted in descending order, so we see who was our biggest supplier. You see it on there, office supplies and technology first. They're kind of flip-flopped. So I can sort largest to smallest. And so now I see Computer and Company was my largest supplier overall with $32 million, all the way down to office supplies, which was $1 million. So I hope that helps out with the quick pivot table. There's a lot more we can do with the pivot table, a lot more that we will do, but that's just a starting point to get you up and running.